I have a hard time reading books that I think are actually going to be good. Hello! I have a lot of anticipated reads that have been stuck in my library, untouched, unread. Highly acclaimed books that I am terrified to read. I think my fear is that it's not going to be good and I'm not going to like it. These are all the books that I think might be good that I want to read, that I'm anticipating reading, but I'm petrified to start. Starting with the first one, Red Rising. I heard that this is about a different universe or world or something that has to do with class. I also don't know anything about them. Is that terrible? I heard it's really good, so I'm anticipating it. The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue. The premise of this book is that she makes a bargain or a deal of some kind and nobody remembers her, and then after living this life for like I think 300 years, somebody does remember her and it like changes the course of everything. Next, Binding 13. I'm petrified. I'm petrified. Everyone loves this book and I'm scared. I know, like, I read the back, like this is a romance book, but I think the whole series is like a friend group of some kind and different people end up together and it's their stories and there's interconnected, I don't know. Next book, House on the Cerulean Sea. I think this book has some magical elements to it. It seems like this guy is put on this case to determine whether 6 magical children are dangerous. People say they really like it. Next book. This book, I'm actually shivering in my timbers to read this book. I think, if I'm not mistaken, this book was the most highly rated by New York Times and that's why I bought it. I think this book is about friendship. I don't know anything else about the book. Pause. All of these books have been on my TBR for more than a year. The Ministry of Time. I got this amount in. This book, I need to reread completely. I was reading it on my trip to Canada. I wasn't actually sitting and digesting. I was kind of like, not skimming, but not really intaking the information, so I was kind of confused. And I know that there's bigger vocabulary in this book, and all I got going on in my head is a bunch of air. And last but not least, Six of Crows. This seems to be a book about a heist and a bunch of people that are trying to do the heist. I don't think I'm going to get through all 7 books in this one video. I also think I'm going to start mood reading for this video. I do think I want to start off with, I don't know, it's been calling my name for so long. It is over, yikes, 600 pages. Mommy! But I'm just going to get started reading and I'll let you know what I think. So I've been reading this book. I just got a Kindle also. Look how beautiful she is. I've been reading her on my Kindle. I'm also sick. I woke up with a fever today, so I'm gonna get to read all day. But right now I'm at 41%. I just need to share my thoughts on this book because I feel like my thoughts are ever changing. At first, the book was really childish. The book reminded me of Wattpad. I have nothing against a good Wattpad read, but I wasn't expecting that because everyone speaks so highly. So when I was like the Wattpad, I was like, ooh. And I think what's killing me is the talk of how tiny she is. Oh, it kills me, it kills me. And I know they're high school, so okay, I get it. But I know she goes through dark stuff at her home. I feel sympathy for her and I don't want to like just judge the character, but it's just the constant writing about how tiny she is and how small and petite. I don't know, that's so Wattpad to me. I will say once I got past the like 20-ish% mark, it still talks like that a little bit, but I feel like the writing has gotten better. I will say as of right now, this anticipated read is not going as I planned. So far I'm enjoying it. Okay, hello. I just finished this book. I have a lot of thoughts. Oh, before I get into this book, do you guys like this new setup? I showed it in the clip. And then I get to just click it on my, did I already lose it? I think I already lost it. Mommy. Getting back into this book, this is not what I thought the book was going to be. I anticipated a better book. I anticipated a more heartfelt book. If I read this book when I was younger, I think I would have enjoyed this book a lot more. I know that they're in high school still, so I have to kind of give them grace for that, but there was some aspects of this book and the writing that I was like, if this book was written in a different way by a different author in the same plot, I think I would have enjoyed it better. It was okay. It was okay. There were parts that I was like really immersed into the book, but there was other parts where I was like, oh my gosh, I can't deal. I preferred the side characters over the main characters. Don't kill me, don't kill me. I liked Gibbsy and I liked Claire. They seemed a lot more funny. I don't know, they were the comedic relief to me in this book. I brought it up to my sister and I was like, yeah, like they keep bringing up how tiny she is. It's just making me feel weird. And she was like, well, she's like starved, so she's not gonna be like, she's stunted. I was like, okay, but I don't know why it's making me feel so uncomfortable. But I just think like it wasn't really doing much for me. This book took a lot longer than I anticipated for me to get through because it's a very simply written book, but it was just so redundant that I couldn't stay locked in for too long. So I'm gonna rate this a 3. I feel like the fear I had in the beginning of this video of reading anticipated reads is back because of this book. This is exactly why I don't read books that I anticipate are going to be good. Now we have a few other books to choose from. So of the 6, these 3 are on Kindle. These are on hold on Libby. I think I'm gonna try to see, because right now, to be quite frank, I feel like I'm scared. So I don't know if I want to pick up another book. I just want to drop this video. I was going to randomize it, but I don't think I can take it up to chance right now, especially with the fact that I'm bordering a reading slump because of Binding 13. I'm going to read the first page of each book, and whichever one captivates my interest within the first page is the book I'm going to be reading. I think my approach has given me no help. Okay. Let me say okay one more time. Okay. I think I have to go with 6 of Crows. I know that this one is a cozier read, The House on the Cerulean Sea. I don't know if I can do cozy and slow pace right now. I think I need something to really captivate my attention. I think that's going to be the best way to go about this before I lose my mind. Anyway, I'm gonna get started on this book. Okay, so yes, this book, Kaz, I think is the main character, or at least it's the main character in the book. I haven't read about him yet, but he is presented with an opportunity to do a heist with 5 other people, and it's apparently with the fate of humanity. They're humans, right? I think they're humans. But yeah, I'm gonna keep reading. Good morning, everybody. I have my children with me. I have been binging this book. This is gonna be impossible to film. I am 164 pages into this book, and this book is amazing. We're following all 6 of the people that are going to be completing the heist, all 6 of their point of views. I've used the audiobook at first to kind of get into the story because I was really confused in the first chapter, but I feel like that's how every fantasy goes. You're always confused in the first chapter. I feel like once they're off of me, I can give you guys a better rundown of the story. All right, so now that my cats are off of me, that lasted a total of 2 seconds. I'm just gonna give you guys a full rundown of the book so far. We're following 6 people, all different powers and like strengths. We have Inej, who is good at blending into the shadows. We have Nina, who's a healer. We have Kaz, who's the leader. We have Jesper, good with guns, and Wylan, who's good with bombs. And then we have Mateus. I really don't know what he's there for. I know that they had to break him out of prison. Their whole heist is that they're going to go to this land of ice. I don't remember what the name is called, but they're going to go there to kidnap or take back a person who is stuck there, and they're going to be paid a good amount of money, and it's a very high stakes kind of situation. So far I've been really enjoying this writing, guys. Like really, like I'm locked in. I think that there might be a little romance brewing, or maybe 2. We follow each person and their point of view, and for every person's point of view, it kind of has these like droplings. Ew, that's poop. Ooh, they have these little specks of their past, which I love because I hate being told someone's entire backstory in one go and then being brought back to the story. I like when it's kind of like thrown in there where it's important, and I think it leaves some mystery to the person. Yes, I'm really enjoying this book. I also I really enjoy that when it's the male main characters, or like we're following the male's point of view, that everyone feels like they actually have their own personality within their own heads, and it's not like, oh, they're a boy, so they're just gonna say the entire time. I think that a lot of books fall into the trap of like, oh, it's a guy talking, it's a guy's POV, let's just have him say for everything. I think this is actually going to be a book I like. Oh my god. Guys, listen, I don't think I'm that much farther into the book, but I will say, guys, I'm like sweating. This book is getting so good. I'm getting that 5-star feeling where I don't want to finish the book. I just want to like sit here and read the book forever. Kaz and Inej. The way that his thoughts don't match how he acts, and it actually feels like she doesn't know. I'm out of breath and I'm just like reading. I'm like, my heart is palpitating. Oh my god, I could finish this book. Like I could eat this book up for breakfast. Hello, beautiful people. I finished the book. I was enamored with this book. Is that the right word? Ah, yes. I was enamored with this book. This book from beginning to end. I literally could not put this book down. I read it on my lunch break. I read it at a red light. Is that illegal? I don't know. I read it everywhere. The plot, like, it just thicket, like you just thought that you knew what was gonna happen, or like they give a lot of faith in one of the characters for always being able to predict what's going to happen and always have his ducks in a row, but then all of their plans go to shambles. You can't trust who you thought you could trust. You thought it was like smooth sailing from a certain point and it wasn't. The love, it was impactful but was discreet. I was rooting for these characters the entire book. I was just in love. I was in love. I had a few quotes that I highlighted in my Kindle. I'm gonna put it on my book. No notes. 5 stars. I have to pick my next book. I don't know because I'm so stuck on this. I just want to pick up the next book. I didn't think this was gonna end on a cliffhanger, but I have to move on. I think in the last clip I tried to see on my Goodreads, which was my first, like my earliest added book to my want to read list. The first book that I added that is on this pile was The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue. This book, I watched Sarah Caroli read it a little while ago. Added it immediately the way she was describing it. But if I'm not mistaken, I watched her YouTube video a long time ago. She said it was a slower read, but the writing was really good. Oh my god. I'm still thinking about that book. I'm still thinking about Six of Crows right now. I think this book is gonna put me in a book slump for the opposite reason of Binding 13. I think I'm gonna have to go with Invisible Life of Addie LaRue. So this book is exactly what I thought it was. This book is about a girl in the 1700s, I think, who makes a deal of some kind. I don't know if it's a magical deal or what it is, but she ends up being able to live forever. However, no one can remember who she is, or like they can't remember seeing her. Period. Like the second that she walks away from them, they forget her, and then 300 years passes and someone can finally remember her, and then I guess like that changes her life all over again, because the whole point of her life being changed was that she lives forever, but she's forgotten by everybody. Guys, I'm excited to read this book. I heard it's good and that makes me nervous. I'm probably gonna read some tonight and I'll let you guys know and update you guys. Let me give you a little rundown here, guys. I've been reading this book for too long. Help me, help me. I'm 23% into this book. Thoughts and feelings so far. I actually am really enjoying this. I don't know where the plot is going. It is a slow book. So I think that if you're looking for like a fast paced, like, oh my goodness, what's happening next kind of situation, don't read this book, don't pick it up, because it's very slow. But the quotes in it and the flowery language, it warms my heart to read. I absolutely am loving the writing. She did meet the guy that recognizes her or is able to remember her, but not much has happened since. I'm gonna just try to crack down and read as much as possible today so that I can finish this book, because I really do want to know what's going on. I just have been busy with my life, so I haven't been able to read for long periods of time. I have my matcha handy. Look at this cute little cup. Thank you to Cindy. What is happening? I finished. I read it all night and then I woke up and I finished it. I was like 89%. I just had my coffee, finished the book. I have a lot to say about this book and I really enjoyed the writing style. I did think that like parts of the book in the middle kind of fell flat for me a little bit. I was kind of confused as how the end was going to wrap up. I don't know. I felt like the last like 70% like was like confusing because I didn't think it was going to lead up to what it led up to. And then up until the very end, I was like, man, like this kind of fell flat a little bit at the ending. But I think the last page, she makes sacrifices for the ones that she loves, and in that process she ends up losing the battle but winning the war. I would rate this book a 4. I think that if it didn't lag so much in the middle, it was beautifully written, but I just think that like, did I need every single ounce of information to be written beautifully? I don't know. Book is definitely one I would recommend to someone who's looking for a heartbreaking telling of life and decisions that we make and sacrifices that we make for ourselves and others. Be careful what you wish for, because you just might get it. Yes, I have finished the books that I really anticipated reading that I thought were gonna be 5 stars, and I think we got a good mix of ratings within this. So I'll see you guys later.